So souvenirs from trips make great additions to your home if you buy the right things. Designer Shai DeLuca-Tamasi is here with tips on doing it the right way, right?
Good
So we're basically saying you don't have to go and get the shot glass and the T-shirt that says "I love Acapulco."
Right.
You can actually bring things back and make it very stylish.
Absolutely. So the best tip that I can give people at home is be figurative, not literal.
Right.
So don't bring back that sombrero and hang it on the wall, though I do love a good sombrero. Don't hang it on the wall. You can do it in different ways. So the first way is color.
Absolutely.
Color's super easy. So what I did here, Trace, was the color actually on the wall actually made me feel a little bit of the beach. Now, your family comes from a beach climate. My family comes from, we love a good beach.
Absolutely.
That reminds me of the sand. So that was something that I can throw up on the wall. It's easy to do. I can also introduce color in different ways, maybe in accessories or other things that I pull in, but color's going to be a really easy way to do it.
That almost looks like water, you know? Like it brings you back to a nice hot place.
You got it.
Let's talk about art.
Yeah. So let's talk about the art. So like you say, actually, I want to ask you something. So for everything that you see here right now, if you could guess, how many things do you think are either inspired by or brought back from travel?
I don't know if anything was actually brought back from travel, but I think a lot of it is inspired by it.
So would you be surprised if I told you 100% of the pieces here were either brought back from travel or inspired by something that I've seen in a travel?
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Wouldn't be surprised.
No.
Exactly. And it's because we're doing it figuratively.
Right.
So you touched on the artwork. This actually reminded you of water. This reminded me of my trip to London, England. It's kind of dark
Gray
and a little
skies.
bit misty. Yeah, you got it. But then I was really excited because I went to Sodad and I got these two great pieces, which if this is something that I have in my home, when you're out doing your travels, another tip, bring a picture of your home on your phone.
Really?
Yes, do it. Because when you're out and you're buying art especially, and art seems to be a big one for people, you get caught up in the, I want to buy it, and it's so colorful, it looks great, but you bring it home and you're like, oh, what was I thinking? Where am I going to put it?
I don't like that at all.
No. So if I had a picture of this is my living room, you know, I was in Europe and I saw these great pieces of art, which in fact, Trace, are a money saver because they are wallpaper framed.
Oh, very smart.
Yeah, super easy.
Yeah, that is very easy. Okay, let's talk about the foliage a little bit because a lot of that is inspiration from where you've come from.
Yeah, you've been down to the islands, wherever. It's all about the tropical. You come back and you're like, oh God, there's no palm trees anymore. So it's really easy to pick up a palm, of course, and put it in your home. But one of the really great things, and I really like this, is actually doing this. And this is a great DIY. So if you're out and traveling, people bring back shells, rocks, sand, whatever it is that you're bringing back. And by the way, be sure you declare that stuff when you bring it back. But you can create a great little terrarium like this. And if you do this, it almost creates like a little ecosystem of where you were, which is a great nod to where you were.
Absolutely. Get a little crafty with it. I love that. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the rugs here. Inspired?
Yes. So these rugs are actually brought back from.
Lovely.
And this is a really interesting tip. So people travel to Turkey, to the Far East, and they want to bring back rugs, beautiful rugs that they make there. The problem with those is that they're backed. So you have to roll them, very expensive to bring back. So instead, choose a rug like this. This has no backing, and this can actually be folded and put into a carry-on and bring on the plane with you.
Really?
Yep. This is 6 by 9. I brought this in a plastic bag to the studio.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
That is incredible. I wouldn't even think of it. When I was in Turkey, I thought there's no way. The rugs are beautiful, but there's no way I'm going down that road. How much am I going to have to pay for shipping?
You and Leo bringing it back.
I need room for my shoes, honey. There's no room for a rug. But that is a good idea. Fold it up, make it really small. Okay, what about changing something, doing something DIY with something you've seen abroad, like the tile there that's become a coaster, right?
Yes. So this is a great DIY. So tile in Europe is a big thing. And on my travels in Europe, I saw some beautiful tiles, and you bring them back, you don't know what to do with them. This is actually backed already in cork. So this is great for a trivet or to actually put it as a coaster, like you say. But you can bring this back, a regular tile, and just to fix the little rubber stoppers on the four corners, and you've done it on your own.
That's right.
Super easy.
Think outside of the box when it comes to that DIY. Let's talk about fabric. So you need to actually think about where you're going to be repurposing it in real life, don't you?
100%. So look at the beautiful fabrics that we have here. This was inspired by a trip to Europe. They had a ton of hydrangeas in one of the islands that I was in. Really beautiful. And then, of course, you have something like this. So our very own Sharon Grech, on her honeymoon, went to Bali and picked up all this fabric and brought it back, didn't know what to do with it. She made this pillow. And now she has some extra fabric, and she's going to do some sheets as well.
And she's always going to think about Bali when she thinks of that pillow. So Sharon Grech is one of our designers on the show. And I think it's great that you use your mind when you go abroad so that you're not just willy-nilly picking things up that aren't going to fit into your space.
You got it.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.